Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TF Live's coverage of the Premier Semi-Final of Season 28 in the ozfortress League. I'm joined today by Beta, and we are going to very soon be going down the rosters. How are you doing today, Beta?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Sitting in the middle of the day, enjoying my holiday, and watching some Australian high-level TF2. Seems like a good deal to me. So I'm ready for this. Let's bring those rosters up, Wiethoofd.
All right, very nice. Let's start with head cavers, probably the favorites going into this. Of course, they've got their main player used to be Hertz, but of course, due to recent events, he will not be playing, and in his place, they're going to have Down playing Pocket Soldier.
What did he do? I never learned this.
It's probably not the best topic for the stream, but let's just say there was some language used that was less than suitable for a top player to be using.
Okay.
Sam on Scout, like very good DM player. Been playing for an incredibly long time, like over 20 seasons now. I'm pretty sure his first season was season 7 or something. So yeah, like one of the powerhouses on their team. Dork also on their team. He had a long break a while ago, but he's back now and he's ready to own. They've got Down, as I mentioned, murking for Hertz on Pocket. Riot playing Roma, also a very experienced and mechanically strong player. Enrith on demo, like I think easily one of the most experienced demos currently playing the game in Australia at least, and easily one of the hardest demos to play against in Australia as well. Like very consistent player. And of course, they have Doge playing medic, who I would probably say is the hardest medic to hit that I have played against. He is just incredibly. His mechanics are just so incredibly good, and he's just also a very experienced, smart player.
Yeah, and he didn't. He's not asleep. That helps. He was the guy that gave Coffee Clock its name, right? Because he overslept. So did you have to go in as a merc?
Actually, no. The Coffee Clock came from something completely different. It was somebody that was making fun of Elmo's team history that he had in his profile, and for tea time, like they had a parody of like every single name of every team he'd played on, and for tea time they wrote Coffee Clock, and that's just where it came from.
I was so sure that it was because Doge overslept, so you needed a Coffee Clock to make sure that you didn't miss the grand finals again.
No.
That was my entire assumption. Wow, okay. Today I learned something.
Yeah.
That was... Alright. That's good. Let's move on to the next roster, shall we? As we have the good old Jasmine Beef. No tea, only beef. So we've got, of course, Cookie on Pocket Scout, and then we got Lau. And then... we have Silverdox on Roma. He's been really beastly so far this season. He had an incredibly good, round 1 playoff, whatever that was called. And then we've got Connor standing in as Pocket, right? Who is murking, I believe, for someone else. Elmo. Oh, that's just Elmo? Okay. And then we've got Paulson on demo and then Dave on mid. So, I don't know, how would you... rank Jasmine Beef in this season? Because like going into this, not knowing much, those are just a lot of names that I recognize, but they seem to have struggled a little bit in this season against the top teams.
Yeah. So I'd say like the experience on Jasmine Beef is probably higher. Like they've got Paulson, who's like probably like at least 80% fossilized at this point. They've got Dave on medic, who's also been playing for like a really long time, just also like a super high quality medic, although some of his team members might disagree with me when I say that. Elmo on Roma, that's not the class he's really known for playing. He's like always been a flank scout player actually, but he has played Roma for like a few seasons, and he definitely like can put up a good fight on it. Silver, as you mentioned, like he's generally just like a playmaker. He's got that X factor. He's always going for crazy off-class plays and just generally has, very unpredictable play style, I guess. Generally a good player to have on your team. And then Cookie and Lau on Scout. Lau just being a MG nerd, and Cookie being a bit of a beefer, really.
Really?
Yeah. No,
I mean, his name is Cookie, so he must be a good sniper. That's how sniper in TF2 works. You have to train really hard, and then your name needs to be Cookie, and then you're a good sniper. So he's already got that. But we actually got some maps. We didn't quite know going into this, but it looks like they have actually picked out some maps. So initially, Headcavers banned Metalworks, and then Jasmine Beef banned Gollywash, and then the first pick. No, wait, there's another ban. Wow, you're just gonna ban 4 straight away? All right. Then Headcavers banned Prolands, aka Badlands, and then Jasmine Beef banned Process Final, and then Headcavers picked Snakewater, so that's going to be our first map. Do you have any thoughts on the map bans there?
Well, I'll start by saying that I think any unconventional maps or any maps that don't kind of conform to the standard, like Gully, Snake, Process, Sunshine, whatever those maps you would call just conventional standard maps, anything that's not one of them, I'd say it benefits Jasmine Beef more than it does Headcavers, because they have much more of a chaotic play style where they just kind of do weird things all the time, and they try to rely on the fact that the enemy, can't react to what they're doing in time, and they just kind of fall apart. So I think those maps that that Headcavers aren't going to be as comfortable on and aren't going to be as familiar with their surroundings on are going to be beneficial towards Jasmine Beef. And you've actually really got 2 of them. Like you've got Granary, which I would consider to be quite unlike like the conventional maps typically, and you've also got Logjam. So I think it should be interesting. I'm definitely going to give the edge on Snakewater to Headcavers, though. I think just their generally solid play style and their familiarity with the map should trump the chaotic nature of Jasmine Beef on this one.
Yeah, indeed. Jasmine Beef, they picked Logjam, and then the final map was Granary. So Snakewater, Logjam, Granary. It would make sense for them to pick Logjam for sure if you're talking about unusual maps. It's a map that hasn't been in the map pool for a while, and then they changed it a bunch, and now it's back. And who knows what Choke looks like at this point? I can't even tell. Can you still look over it? Does it still look weird?
I really don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, it's changed so much. Time will tell, and we'll see. We'll focus on Snakewater first. So Snakewater is a map that usually tends to favor scouts quite heavily, perhaps outside of mid, where soldiers have a lot of power to just make that initial aggression across the point and create a ton of space for your team. So I'm kind of looking forward to see how these teams are going to approach this mid, because there really are 2 different ways of doing it in general. There's a lot of things you can do, obviously, but normally it's going to be either you time out the aggression, so both soldiers jump in at the same time, Scout Demo Man just kind of rush across the point, and you just sort of hope they end up being all bottled up in some sort of choke, and you just chew them up. Or then otherwise, you can maybe sit back and just wait for one of them to overextend. You just pick them off one by one, and you just slowly push them out of mid. Do you know what both of these teams prefer, how to play this mid?
Yeah, I know that Headcavers, they typically like to take a passive approach to almost every mid until there's some sort of advantage that they can, aggress off of. And by contrast, I know that Jasmine Beef, I'm pretty sure, always likes to do something aggressive in some way, whether that's sending somebody behind and trying to sync up your aggression, or just doing an all-out double bomb and, just trying to outright kill them on their side. Whatever they do, it's usually something aggressive, I find. So I think the mids shouldn't be just these slow spam fests. I think stuff should happen on them and should be entertaining.
Yeah, we did see Silver go for that big flank where, it's pretty normal to jump a soldier quickly into, the little side entrance into the cubby, into the kitchen. And, we saw Silver just wrap around and make probably the play of the season so far on that Snakewater mid. So, definitely keep an eye out for that. But that is a kind of slow burn play because you do need to take some time to actually make your way all the way around. And if your team goes aggressive in that time, they're effectively playing 5v6. So that is an aggressive strat, but it's a little bit different. You need to time it a little bit differently there and make sure you don't get overwhelmed in that. And if you are playing against a pretty passive team, then sure, that can definitely work out a lot better. So I'm kind of expecting that to happen a bunch, where we see Silver try to maybe jump in very early on. And then also, I will mention that, actually I had no idea what I was going to mention. Sorry, take over. I need to fix something. Be back.
Yeah, well, as Beta was just mentioning, like, if Silvo does decide that he wants to go for those behind plays, of course, what head cavers can do is, just go all out aggression and hope they can win that 5v6. But then, Silvo can bait them by jumping into kitchen, into the aggression, but then immediately just, staying there and coming back out. So he's got some free damage on the point. I think largely Jasmine Beef's success is going to be on the back of Silvo. I think he is the player that has the most potential to make these big unpredictable plays. And I think if head cavers aren't dealing with them well enough, if they're not predicting them and shutting them down, I think there is actually a pretty good chance that Jasmine Beef could walk away with this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose it remains to be seen.
Yeah, one of the players I'm going to be looking out for as well and how he's performing is Paulson, because he has had a pretty sketchy season, I'd say, where he hasn't been that dominant, but then he had a pretty good playoff so far where he definitely did a lot of work in top damage and everything, which is kind of what you expect from demos, at least a lot of the time. And he hasn't quite lived up to my expectations so far this season, but then in the playoffs he actually did step it up. So can he continue that good form, or is he just going to get shut down by soldiers and scouts? That is, I think, going to be another big factor. Snakewater is not typically known as a good demo man map, but I mean, you can still do a lot. There's a bunch of sticky traps that work really well. Like, it's actually such an easy map to get the sticky trap kills on. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's just that it's this big open map that people just tend to not be that vigilant for some reason. And then there's just stickies in a rock or behind a corner or above like a little entrance. And then you just get a bunch of kills because you just assume, like he probably doesn't have stickies there, Like why would he put 3 stickies in that window when he also needs to watch the choke or whatever? So,
yeah,
sticky trap opportunities.
There's of course a lot of props around the map as well to put traps in or on top of, and that generally lends itself to that. But anyway, we're going live right now. So into the first mid, I'm going to be watching Silvo, and he is currently on Spy. Is he actually rolling out on this? Yeah, he is. So
wow, that's a curveball right there.
All right, let's see what happens here. So I'm expecting Jasmine Beef to try and like play passive then, essentially, until Silvo can get into a position, and then I assume they're gonna, just try and let him get a stab and just win purely off of that stab and the distraction. So both teams, yeah, pretty passive to begin with. Cookie playing top left, eating a sticky. Sam getting pushed back from across the point, and
Silver's gonna come in now.
Oh, and he gets the medic. He gets the medic. That's huge. Yeah. So now Head Cave is just going full aggro into Saw, trying to kill Dave, but he's just too far out. Like, he's not going to be dying of that. They're going behind though. Dork's got a flank going on right now, and Sam is also going to come from behind in a second. Although Dave is really high on health, so yeah, just going to get completely shut down by Lau. And now Jasmine Beef have a full Uber advantage. They're just going to cap up this mid, probably for free. Henrith being the only one that actually survived on the mid, just getting some traps up and leaving onto second.
It's that veteran experience right there. Just the absolute mind games of going spider mid on the first mid of the entire match. That's gotta like get into the heads of everyone, right? Because like if they're gonna do that, what are they not gonna do? Like they can do anything now. Riot's gonna jump in very aggressively, see if he can get the medic to pop early. But Dave, he is taking it slow. He's just gonna pop out the window way after his team and just take it slow. So they're gonna still have this super advantage. It's gonna be pretty difficult to actually use in though before Doge actually gets his own Uber right now. But they're gonna try their best.
They need to be playing the point here. Doge is currently on about 85%. If they don't kill him quickly or cap, he is going to get Uber. Looks like they are trying to play the point, but frags are not going. Oh, they are going in the way. Yeah. Okay. This is easy win. Enrith's the only one left alive at this point, 17 health. Easy capture for Jasmine Beef. That is really the start you want to see. Like, I think... oh, Riot's on Spy right now. Oh, for head cavers. Oh, he's just checking.
Oh, I think he's just checking. Yeah, this is a pretty standard thing to do, right? Where you just check for off classes and it was Spy.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's definitely the start you want to see for Jasmine Beef. But anyway, we are going into the second mid. Paulson looking like he's just trying to get some damage on these players top right at the moment. Both teams not really doing anything aggressive, looks like.
Yeah, this is an incredibly passive mid. Looks like down might go in.
Oh,
yeah,
two soldiers in.
Team up with Riot, and they're gonna meet mid-air with a soldier. Gets them taken down. Also, like the soldier kiss of death.
Enrith is so low right now, and Down's. Oh my god, Paulson's just hitting every pipe. Yeah, that's just a complete wipe, and they only lose Elmo. That's like, that's amazing. Yeah, they committed both their soldiers really deep. Riot, I'm pretty sure, was the one that just got immediately cleaned up. He like tried to kill Dave and just got annihilated, and Down just kind of ate damage slowly, and then I think got double piped on the point by Paulson, and they just slowly like got height and pushed them out and killed everyone. So great job.
Yeah, like two soldiers bumped into each other on the middle. I think like Down hit a soldier and like shot him, and but he just ended up falling straight down and not getting to the same target as Riot. So he kind of broke up the bomb in there. Despite him doing probably quite a lot of damage, he just didn't do the same damage as Riot, and then that just kind of enabled them to win that mid-fight pretty easily, because they could just clean those two up and move forward as a team. And now they're going to have this full Uber advantage going on to this last push, and you know, this worked out really well last time, and now they have a significantly bigger Uber advantage to work with.
Yep, so they're taking out the gun on this right side, and it looks like they're going to immediately play the point. There's no stickies, so someone's going to have to block. Down's jumped onto it, but they just cap. They've just got their two scouts playing on the point, and they're just all forced to look at it. The rest of their team's in spawn. Like, what can they do? That's another very, very quick round going in the way of Jasmine Beef, and I've been very impressed with them, to be honest. They've been playing really clean.
Yeah, they definitely woke up really well this morning, it looks like. And we do have the quick Silvo push forward there. At least it looked like it. He kind of checked out the kitchen, but decided not to go in there anyway. So that's a pretty interesting start there. Just getting there quickly and then not seeing anything, and then just backing off and taking it passively. And it has actually been head cavers that have been the aggressing team on these mids, but look at that. Elmo's just going to jump right in, take down the medic, and now you just see once again this defensive posture coming out of Jasmine Beef.
Yeah, so they're just going to be backing out here, which is exactly what they should be doing. They've got the medic pick, and looks like they're just going to be happy with that and try and repush mid with their spawns.
Yeah, they do have this massive Uber advantage now. They're just waiting for the spawners to come in, and then they can hopefully move in here. And you know, their big goal is going to be to try and get mid without using Uber, but that is easier said than done. If they go through the balcony or the catwalk, then it's very difficult not to get spammed out by either stickies or rocket. But look like they're going to go through Saw, see if they can get their way in. They have a scout through, but he doesn't have much help with him, and they're actually just going to end up forcing out through here.
But there's a back cap coming out from Dork right now on second. He managed to get through, and he is just living as long as he can. That's exactly what he should be doing. So now he's drawn everyone back, and now head cavers are coming into second with their like Uber advantage. They don't have it quite yet, but oh no, they're backing up now. Yeah, that was huge
really
from Dork.
clutch back. Yeah, like if he's not there, then that's an easy mid cap for sure. You know?
Especially if he didn't win that 1v1 on the flank. Like if he died and then there were 3 down, that was basically like Jasmine going to second and the head cavers being on last. Anyway, they're pushing out right now. Paulson, yeah, they've got 3 kills. Although head cavers do still have the Uber ad. Down getting an arrow there, which basically just saved his life. And Elmo's deep on the medic on mid. He's kind of beefing though.
Yeah, he's not hitting much.
He hit the soldier a lot, but the medic was his target there, and he really didn't hit him. Looks like
you did warn us that Doge is a slippery little eel that's hard to hit, and they're actually going to come in here and contest this mid, not giving it up. And it is going to secure them better respawn, and everyone just going to back out here from Jasmine Beef. And they're actually in quite a lot of trouble right now. They're 2 players down, and they're not really in a good position here to do anything. But Lau
going behind on the flank, getting that kill onto Down, that's really good. They can actually collapse here if they time this right with Lau. It looks like Lau's just going all the way behind on mid. He's expecting to get chased, it looks like. But head cavers don't look like they're really doing that at all. They're just kind of holding their ground on second. He might actually try and spawn camp down again, and yeah, that's what he's doing. He's right behind down on mid, but Dorks found him. He's coming through their lower. So, Cookie goes down. That's a really bad time to die, actually, because Lau's behind, so now they have no scouts on last.
Yeah, this definitely opens up a lot of space to move in here. And there is no sentry or anything because, you know, scouts are not there to build it.
Oh, no.
And, Riot wins the 1v1, but then Silver also does win one. But Down is in, like...
Down is just on the point right now. He's going to force Dave. Wait, no, Dave doesn't
have... kills Dave. That's better.
That's so bad.
That's a crumble right
Paulson
there.
Jumping to the point here. And it looks like... they surely don't hold this, right? Enrith's getting... kind of destroyed here on the left side though. Almost going deep onto him.
Oh, missing
he hits so much
that's
damage
huge.
though. Yeah, no, but they just get slowly killed because the blue team had heals and they played it well.
Yeah, not quite managing to secure those kills there from Jasmine Beef, and you know, Beefer's gonna beef sometimes, and that's gonna be 2-1. Headcavers making their way back after that very early deficit that they found themselves in.
Really,
so.
just on the back of Down there on last, like he just didn't die. He had like 3 people looking at him. He didn't die, and he killed the medic. Like,
yeah,
can't have that happening.
Yeah, that'll do that too. And once again, we have this pretty passive start to the mid. Riot's expecting the kitchen play, but no one's in there yet, so he's just kind of standing in there, and we're just waiting for this aggression to start. And this is kind of going counter to what we were predicting. Here comes the first soldier bomb in. Pretty aggressive onto the
Sam
net,
just getting destroyed. Oh my god, that was incredible. That soldier that just jumped onto Hut, I didn't see if it was the 1 or the 2. He just jumped onto Hut, like destroyed Sam in combination with a pipe, and then 2-rocketed Doge. That was just incredible, yeah. So another really good aggressive mid coming out from the team of Jasmine Beef. Every single mid, what they've done is they've, I don't remember if it was last mid, but every other mid, they've killed Doge and they've just like won with heals. It's just like Doge is just dying somehow.
Yeah, they just wait to, like, they don't go aggressive immediately. They kind of wait it out a bit, see if anyone's overextending, if they get an easy pick, and then at some point they do like some sort of countdown or whatever, and then you just like move in as a team, and it's just this really heavy aggression that hit cavers have not been able to deal with very well. And they just get mids off of that, and just the fact that they keep killing the medic with this aggression.
The Doge almost has Uber.
Oh yeah, they've been pretty slow.
Doge is on 90% right now. They're going to be able to block the point unless they cap it immediately, and they're definitely not killing Doge. They get the pick onto Riot, but now the Ubers come out from the blue team, and they're going to be chasing into lobby. Although they have a heavy.
Why do they have a heavy?
I'm really not sure. Maybe they thought they had more, but Elbo's is killing Doge on last. No, and they're also hurt as well. They can't even do anything. They can't even make a play. So yeah, this is going to be another enormous ad actually for Dave. Like there was like a 15-second respawn timer on Doge, so Dave is going to have another enormous ad to push last with, and this should be like, you know, hopefully an easy cap. Like last time they only had like about 10% ad by the time they actually pushed in. Doge just grinding really well. Riot's on Spy though, actually.
Oh, they are expecting it. Like a soldier just basically shot.
He just splashed him, but he didn't see.
Yeah, they hit him. That's such good prediction. Like actually wallhack level predictions out of that soldier. I think that was Silvo.
Yeah, Riot's coming in lower, but I think he's going to get seen. Yeah, he gets seen. That's a free pick, and now they have huge ad. It's actually only about 35 now, but it should still be enough. They're coming in. Looks like they're going to get the gun, and Cookie's immediately on the point. Down's just jumping it, but just getting destroyed. And yeah, they just cap it up. Like, losing Riot there really sucks for them on Spy. I feel like he was...
Yeah, it's a pretty high risk, high reward kind of play.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't work out, then obviously you're just in a really bad position. You're in a bad position no matter what because you're up against an Uber. But, you know, those kind of risks are risks for a reason. If you don't get that pick, then you're just in a very poor position. That's we are going to get a little pause here to go into this mid. At least it happens before the mid, so we can just smoothly transition into talking about that last push here.
Yeah, I wanted to point out that like the last mid that happened, Riot rolled out in his own kitchen, probably to counter the potential Silvo play of going behind, and I think that actually hurt them a lot. Because when you're in your own kitchen, if their scouts are just playing on top of that hut, you almost just can't do anything as Roma. You're just kind of stuck there, because any jump you do, you'll just take an immediate, like, you know, 60 to 80 damage from a scout playing on that hut. And that's what Lau was doing. So I think that basically stopped Riot from being able to punish anything last mid. And that's once again, it's largely just due to Silver. He's getting inside their heads, right? Like he's doing these crazy plays, and he's like forcing them to adapt to it, and it's actually benefiting them in more ways than just what the play gets. He's like causing them to do, you know, unconventional things that are hurting them in other ways.
Yeah, and he's actually going Spider mid again here. So, yeah, it worked once, and then they did different normal things for a whole bunch, and now he's back on Spy. So he's definitely throwing curveballs left and right this semi-final, and so far it's been working. Like he has really had a significant effect, and you know you gotta admire just throwing, like coming up with different ways of throwing off the enemy team here. As we are unpaused again, moving in here. As Riot's gonna be very aggressive this time around. He's not waiting around.
Dying. That's really bad. They're getting really aggro on the point. Down also just getting taken out. No kills coming down yet for the side of the blue team. Well, that I can see. My HUD's actually broken.
Yeah. They're doing really well. It's just Sam remaining, and he's gonna need a Herculean effort to actually get anything. He almost kills the scout actually, and this demo man is just trying to pan him desperately, but eventually Cookie will get that. I don't think the spy did anything, but I actually didn't see what the spy did.
I mean, let's say he distracted them for a second and allowed them to get the Doge kill. But anyway. This is not the position you want to be in as head cavers. You're already 2 rounds down. The enemy team has full Uberad on you. Like, there's got to be some aspect of tilt, especially when Silver went Spy to mid and you still lost, even though he didn't actually get any kills.
Yeah, it was those big early soldier bombs that weren't really coordinated that just lost in that mid. I said, I'm almost going to go in there.
Feeding.
Yeah, Silvo also is in, and he has been spotted, but he actually gets onto the medic, but not in time though. Sam gonna clean it out. That was a 3-man sack. I don't think they're
hiding in kitchen right now. Look at them.
Oh, this is some pop level play.
The remaining 3 players on Jasmine Beef, even though they have like Uberad, they have 3 player disad, and they're just hiding in kitchen. Looks like they know though. Yeah, they've figured it out, and they're just gonna get nothing. They have to use, and yeah.
Easiest medic force of Down's life. Just 3 players cluster against a wall and a floor. Yeah, that'll be an.
They must have heard Dave's Uber fizzling, as Rocky would say.
Yeah, very often when you hide in a corner, you don't actually heal, just so they can't hear it.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like you've got 2 players hiding in kitchen, and that's where they decide to push. So Silver's going to get the immediate force, and Lau's going to get out. So this is still looking pretty good for Jasmine Beef. This is now going to be like roughly a 60% Uberad coming up for them. Yeah, a bit higher than that actually, like closer to 70%. And they can just re-push almost immediately. Silvo doesn't look like he's going to get a forward spawn, but that's fine. Like, they can just push.
I mean, he's a soldier, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares about soldiers? You just want scout and demo men to just jump in there and get your demo, or get your medic forward into them. So
it's like they're opting for this lower saw push. There's no traps on it. Down's kind of jumping around to try and deny it. Cookie's just busted through. Looks like Elmo dies to a trap though. I'm not sure where that was. I think it was on Catwalk. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't looking good anymore.
Yeah, they're not even going to go for it. I think they realize that they're up, so they don't need to take big risks. They're just going to be super passive. So as soon as they lose one, they're just kind of fine with it. Down's going to move through the lower here, trying to see if he can get onto the medic, but he kind of beats his jump, runs into.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They managed to force Dave. That was a really good jump from Riot. Oh, but Silvo's in behind. He's just doing so much damage, and he forces Doge as well. And now
that was actually a 2v1 sack. So this actually works out perfectly for Jasmine Beef.
Yeah, so that would be really bad, but Silvo just coming up salvaging. He's honestly doing so much for them right now. Looks like they're currently trying to peek mid because they know blue team had no soldiers. Their soldiers are still spawning. They're getting some good damage, but it looks like they don't have much positioning here. Yeah, blue team has all the high ground.
Soldiers are back in the fight as well. So.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they see them, they're just like, oh, they're here. Let's back out.
It was a good response though. They didn't overstay their welcome or anything. Looks like they're getting pushed though in Saw. There's so much damage on them. Like they're just not healthy. Looks like Elmo's gonna die grass, yeah. He jumped window, but he just didn't get a very good damage trade there. Anyway, it looks like Dave is up on the Uber pretty significantly before Doge is actually. And it looks like Silver's going into Sork, manages to get the kill onto down, and does some damage to Dork. So yeah, they're just backing up, and it looks like it's just going to reset.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird jump in there from Silver. I'm not sure what he was trying to achieve, but I mean, he got a trade-off, so it's kind of fine. I don't know if he was just like trying to see if the medic was
so
close.
far back though. The Jasmine Beef is in lobby. No, they're committing forward now. Looks like they're going to try and take this trade. Enrith might be caught. No, he actually does get saved at the last second, but their health is not great.
Dog is behind lines, waiting for a trap. Oh,
yeah.
He's found the medic. He's found the medic.
They're all collapsing right now. Enrith is so hurt. He needs to die. Yeah, he gets killed. Dork is in onto the demo, gets that kill, Cookie trades it out, and it looks like it's going to be 2 scouts versus a soldier and a scout. Loud comes in. He could win this. He needs to kill the scout though, like immediately. No, he's just gonna run away. So
getting
yeah,
that kill on the scout is really huge. Otherwise, it would be like a proper scout, double scout versus scout soldier, and you know, double scout is just the ultimate DM duo.
Yeah, down just hitting a nice rocket onto Cookie, I think it was, and just managing to secure that fight. Looks like it's going to be even Ubers again, this time on last though, so despite all that chaos, the head cavers have come out on top from that situation.
Yeah, we've got the sentry gun going up. That's probably going to get moved to the center in the standard spot once that is fully upgraded. So, you know, once again, we just see them trying to slow down the game. Jasmine Beef, they know they're ahead, and they're just going to try and get an even bigger advantage. Yeah, sentry gun going up in the middle. And this is kind of the big hold on Snakewater that no one has really figured out how to properly break. And it is very, very difficult to deal with. So you basically have to like somehow get a sniper in to get a good peek, and then you can take down the medic. Right? It's pretty normal to open up the door and then just body shot the medic, but they don't have a sniper yet, obviously. So they're going to have to find some way to send in a soldier first. If you can get through the like the big door, then you can actually jump onto the medic pretty quickly. Actually, Riot's going to go in through.
Yeah, Riot's super deep. So is down. Looks like Dave is just absolutely dodging everyone.
Come on, hit these rockets.
Yeah, Dave just running around like completely matrixing everybody. And it looks like, yeah, they've got 2 picks. Cookie's peeking this bridge as heavy, and Silver's just sacking deep for their medic. Doesn't manage to get in, so looks like they're just going to back up.
Yeah, counter sack, pretty standard stuff there. And, you know, we did just see the big problem with that sentry gun, right? Like for the attacking team. It's just
Sam's
so
just running in on this right side. Oh, hang on, no, he gets pushed back.
Yeah, I think it's sure to go back here. Actually, Elmo's going to go down there. He actually trades with Riot before down takes him and kills him. But yeah, once again, you need to pretty much spam out the sentry somehow from lower. As the soldier actually jumps in. Oh my god, sends Doge flying into the air.
Doge is on like 1 HP right now.
Oh, these stickies, they're so
Man,
close.
if Paulson just got 1 sticky onto that corner, that would have just been a med drop, almost certainly.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to react in time for sure. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen some sort of off-classing coming out from head cavers. They need to know that, you know, they need to do something here. But I guess they kind of feel comfortable with the double soldiers. At some point, they're probably going to get what they want.
Oh yeah,
I think
they're peeking lower here, but Elmo is just destroying them. Even though he does go down, he does so much damage though. Looks like Riot's gonna spam this gun. Both soldiers now, they're surely gonna destroy it, right? Oh no, Cookie just revs up inside the door and just annihilates Riot, and he's like doing so much damage to everyone else as well. Doge just managing to escape through lower.
Yeah, fat man in the way. You can't get to the sentry gun, but yeah, that was a pretty good attempt right there. You know, trying to spam out the sentry gun from lower. That's pretty much what you have to do. Sometimes you can get a demo man through the shutter door. You'll lob some stickies over while that is happening as well, or even through the drop down. You can still like get some stickies off while, you know, before the sentry gun shoots too much at you. So yeah, you just need to coordinate it really well, and that was a very good try. Like the sentry gun was very close to actually dying, and then once that has happened, you can actually go through it, and they're going to do it again. There we go.
And they actually get it this time, but Riot goes down for it, so it's almost just going to mean nothing. Oh, but they get Elmo. So it looks like it's still going to be even players, and there's currently just a level 1. This is probably the time they want to be doing something. Yeah, down going in, but he gets nothing. There's this sentry gun destroying him. Yeah, I think what they need to do is they're kind of all peeking one door with this, and it means that Jasmine Beef is able to just focus all their attention on that door, and they're getting a kill almost every time. But if they manage to like peek another door, like you said, like if they got the demo and drop down or something along those lines, at the same time they peek with their soldiers, they probably have
Soldiers
better
in
luck.
very deep, and actually gets the Uber Force out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doge didn't actually have eyes on him, so he didn't know, and he just feels forced to pop, and that's a really nice counter-sack. So now the question is, do you switch off of Engineer? Do you maybe even switch to the, whatever, the Southern Hospitality? Is that the Revengineer critty thingy? Destroy your sentry, you have a bunch of crits to push out with. Right, you could do that, or you could just switch to Scout and push, or you can just keep holding last. Like, they're not in a rush. Jasmine Beef, they have all day.
I'm sure they'll do something here. I doubt they'll just sit on last. Unless they... Looks like Paulson's peeking a little bit, but he's not actually committing. They're just in this left side. Are they going to get forced? Down is getting so deep. He actually gets the kill onto Paulson. They haven't used, though.
They have a
They're
spy
peeking
that's
this right side really hard as well.
Down, almost. Like, he just saved his medic there. And here comes the big medic bomb in, and they're actually going to get the force.
Yeah, they get the force. They need to get his dork killed. No, he's just going to escape. And now they just have fully Brad, and this is just curtains for Jasmine Beef. I don't see any way they can win this.
Ride was out of rocket.
Oh, Cookie gets that kill. They're kind of beefing. They're on the point. Oh no, Dork actually getting that cap. Yeah, damn. That was actually a really close push that probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah, that was looking very, very dominant, but then Cookie just goes huge and Riot runs out of rockets, and all of a sudden a few respawners comes in there, but that's going to be 2 to 3 head cavers. They continue to come back in this game. It was looking really bad, but sometimes not doing anything when you have a big advantage can come back to bite you. That's exactly what happens here for Jasmine Beef.
Yeah, so it looks like on this mid, it's still going to be somewhat passive. Oh no, a big bob coming in from down actually into their saw. Riot's on this left side just going to get cleaned up instantly, and then they turn around and get down. Yeah, so it looks like it's just going to be even players, no soldiers on either side. They're just going to try and get healed up. The blue team is noticeably more aggressive right now. They're kind of getting across the point on this right lane, and looks like they're getting the better damage trades out of this as well.
It's it's just these scouts. So it's just going to come down to the scouts hitting their shots, and they're actually just going to take this Uber in here, and it's been split quite a bit more on blue side, I'd say. But Uber's still running about the same time. Yeah.
Sam is so hurt though. Oh, they're just getting all these kills. Yeah. And Down's behind onto the medic. Dave dying to Down. Oh, they just all get taken out.
They've got a 22-second spawn there. That hurts. That's a very long time. Doge also did die, but now Doge is going to have a slight advantage. I don't think he's going to have. He's going to have a big advantage than he initially thought. So this would actually be a good time to go Crit Creek. We'll see if he actually decides to do it. Pushing with Crit Creek into last can be difficult, just because sentry guns don't take critical damage. So I would understand them not actually going for it. And Doge wasn't healing for a significant amount of time, like 14 seconds before he actually healed anyone. And it is just a normal Uber. But yeah, once again, Headcavers are in a good position to actually even this out and make it a tied game. They're down by 1, 6 minutes remaining. That's plenty of time, and they're just gonna see if they can make anything happen here. We got the spy resistant spawn checking off classes, but there are none to be found. They've just been favoring having double soldier and double scout so far, it seems.
Yeah, looks like Paulson's just holding this top right side. He's actually taking quite a lot of damage. Gonna back up for some heals. I'd really like to see blue team try something a little bit more creative than just kind of doing their little double sack thing over and over again.
Yeah, that part hasn't actually been very effective. It's sort of been the whenever anyone else gets to
Elmo going in.
There.
Yeah, Doge hitting a great surf there.
He was kind of standing in the corner, but yeah, he just flew away there. And they're gonna actually just take it in here and take down Cookie immediately with his Uber, but they haven't got
Dave still has the Uber. This is not good, and they need to just lock them out. Oh man, they get forced. They need to get these kills, and then they can actually push. Kill Riot. Looks like they're gonna get Riot, and all the other players are top right. If they can get somebody onto them. No, it doesn't look like they're even going to try. The spawns are actually just up instantly.
Oh, they are actually going to try nice pipe coming out of Enrith, just completely denies Elmo, but now the Demoman is even
they're just collapsing on them. Doge and Enrith are so hurt here. They just need to get these kills. Yeah, nice. So they get the Doge kill. Subo jumps in. They manage to basically clean up everyone. They need to kill Riot and Sam. Oh man, Lau's in lobby so hurt. They're getting kind of pushed back actually. I don't know how this is happening. Everyone on blue is so low and they're still somehow winning.
Yeah,
okay,
I think it's just going to be a matter of time. Yeah, before. Dead. Yeah, there comes the instant cleanup from Lau, just picking off all of the hurt players, and that was a very quick free kill. I don't know if there were more before that, but nice little play from him. And there are actually some presence here to admit. I think this is only there to just kind of delay things. I don't think Down actually wants to go in there and die, because if he goes in, he will die immediately. They're actually being surprisingly aggressive.
Nice shot from Elmo, and they get Doge again. That's so bad. Sam is up on Spy on mid though, and they do actually manage to force them. But yeah, as I said, like Doge going down, it almost doesn't even mean anything. It's all going to rely on Sam here. He's just decloaked. He's in Saw. He's going to go for the med. He's on him. He gets it.
Oh, he gets it.
Okay, that's what they wanted. Now if your head cave is here, you really need to just get healed up. You need to get this Uber ad, and you need to push because you don't have a lot of time. They really can't be sitting around too long on last. Oh, they're going to come in immediately. Down jumping in, getting a really good kill onto Paulson. Now he's just stuck behind this rock. Oh, the box, sorry. Elmo jumping in for a pretty awful sack onto Doge, to be honest. And Silver is on Spy right now. They know that. Yeah. They've seen him. But he's surviving, which is probably the best he can do at this point.
Yeah, the invisible man. Not gonna be long for this one, I don't think. Like, he has 18 HP remaining, so if someone just spy checks him by shooting him, he's just gonna insta-die. He's gonna come in onto the mid now, and yeah, insta-die he does. And very aggressively. There's a heavy in spawn. That's
this is bad. They can they're in cheese right now. They can get caught. No, they're getting out.
It seems to me like Jasmine Beef, they keep having these giant advantages and then they somehow throw it away. Jasmine Beef is a very apt main right now. And this is a big advantage going into life.
They just need to consolidate here and push these players off the point. Oh, okay, yeah, they're going to get Sam. They managed to get basically everyone. Just Doge and Down alive. Down's currently a spawner, and Doge is just leaving lower to get to him. Are they going to push out here? That's...
I mean, they should, right?
Yeah, they definitely should. There's no scouts. Yeah.
And like a medic, if a medic backcaps you, like just end yourself, you know? Like just end your TF2 career at that point. And if he does try for it, you can just kill him and then...
Sam is on Spy again right now. Oh, Lau's getting caught in Saw right now as well. He's just getting bullied by soldiers in Saw. God,
Sam has made his move. Oh, he's been spotted.
Oh, they're getting kills though. Elmo manages to get Riot. Down's still behind them right now. He's currently on bats. Looks like he's just going to get chased down. Although the Uber ad from Jasmine Beef is dwindling. They're pushing head caves out of mid, and Down is currently bat capping on second. It looks like Elmo's going to be there to contest him though.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to, I don't think. Actually, Uber's going to come in here and actually does block mid. So it is actually kind of important that Lau is there.
And they're dropping players too. Yeah, this could be bad. Riot managing to come in and trade with Cookie. Lau's in onto Enrith, but yeah, looks like he's just going to be alone here. Sam actually beefing on him really hard. And Dave manages to escape with his meager amount of Uber.
Yeah, Headgivers, they have about a minute to win this, so they need to be pretty
Lau's on the back cap for mid. He's going to get it. He actually gets the back cap on mid. That was huge from Lau.
Yeah, just runs rings around him, gets the back cap. There's a lot of time on it.
There's 1 minute left right now. It looks like Jasmine Beef are just going to do the smart thing. They're going to back out, and they're going to try and get as many defenses up as possible. It's currently even Ubers, so they do have time to get Uber here. They've got a gun coming up, which is what they want. They just need to make sure that they don't get memed on by some dry push from head cavers. And it looks like that's what's happening. So they come in from right side, their whole team is there, like 6 players, and they get the Uber. Looks like they're on the point. No one can block it.
They're stacking it. They get it.
Oh no.
Wow, Dave was like 2% away from having an Uber there, but he just was treating the spawn while getting it, and that was the dry push. They got it. That is super clutch coming out here from head cavers, and now we're going to have to go to a golden cap, baby. That is exactly what you want to see out of them, and Jasmine Beef throwing the game away. They was just looking so good,
Yeah,
but somehow beating it.
there were so many instances where head cavers were just disrespecting them. Like they just jump around in front of them on mid when they have like uber disad and they don't get punished for it, and you know they're just going for these back cap plays, like just winning these little 1v1s that would usually be bad to take, and they're just kind of disrespecting them and getting away with it.
Yeah. You know, respect your elders, except in TF2. In TF2 it works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Don't show that respect to them. Now I'm wondering what we're going to see here in this Golden Cap, whether or not, you know, Jasmine Beef has just been broken, or if it's just going to be the same of them actually having these nice advantages and being able to play off of them. Will Silver go some other weird class to mid? I do wonder.
Yeah, we might see a heavy or a sniper or something, and maybe even a pyro.
Oh man, pyro to mid on Snakewater. That usually doesn't end well.
Well, he's done it in Pugs before, but you never know what he might bring out in this semi-final. Looks like one of the teams is readied up.
Yeah, in Europe, we've actually seen quite a bit of heavy to mid in like big games, and that never works unless you're like 7. Like, it's been pretty funny how people have just completely ignored the heavy and then just jump in and kill everything, and then the heavy's just standing back on cat and just looking dumb. But
it looks
we
like
are live.
Oh no, we're not. They unreadied at the last second.
Oh, bait it. Yeah, Elmo even throwing the troll in chat. Just he knows what he's doing. Just being an annoying little shit. So yeah, we've got some more things to talk about. I think we should probably save the logs for after, you know, the entire game is over. But
yeah,
who do you think is actually going to take this final?
Oh man, I think Jasmine Beef has been really strong on mids, and you know that's probably what you want to have, you know, in your advantages on a golden cap, right? Like if you can just win the mid and keep your uber ad, and you don't beef spectacularly at any other point, then you're probably just going to win. So I want to tentatively say Jasmine Beef. They've looked a lot stronger than I actually expected them to tonight, so I'm gonna give it to them.
All right, I'm going to predict that they're not going to be able to withstand the momentum of throwing that round, and now headcapers, they're just feeling themselves and they're just going to move in here and get it. But we have actually started, no troll, no false start this time around. This is the first map out of potentially 3 or 5? 3, I guess. Yeah, 3. And this time around...
Silver's fast behind. He is so deep. He is already like behind them, so I don't even know if they know about it. He was on it. That rollout was incredible. He's coming in from upper right now, and he's about to jump. Yeah, they actually do know about it. He's currently playing in their saw, and they're just plowing forward all over the Jasmine Beef team. Silver going down to Sam, and now they're just at a player disad. Looks like they're just going to try and get out, and they do manage to get out. So they should be able to hold this. There's going to be one on cap, and they'll just have one player disad essentially. Although Lau goes down,
for a play, but
that is bad. They may have to just leave here.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Like unless you get a big sticky trap kill, you're gonna just have to get out of here. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. Stickies have been found and everything. So a really good mid there. Sometimes going behind their soldier is just not worth it. Just a single scout spotted him. I don't know if they knew about it or not, but this guy was in a perfect position to stop him either way. And so he just ended up taking too much damage as Riot tries to do a big skip jump in, but kind of fails it. So he's just sort of floating in midair and then scouts. You know, that's just an invitation to get chewed up.
Yeah. Looks like Elmo tried to go for something under, but he just got kind of destroyed by a soldier and backed up. And it looks like it's just going to be another stalemate on last. But Riot is on sniper. Riot is, of course, a very strong sniper, so it should be interesting to see.
Yeah, I've seen him play sniper a couple of times this season, and it usually ends well for them. So not someone to be underestimated. Let's see where he decides to go for it. You know, you always have that first shot. That's kind of like a quote-unquote free shot, but I think the both snipers just shot at each other now. So.
Yeah, they did. Silver also being on sniper. Riot is... Oh, he gets taken down. Silver managing to get that shot, and he does hit him with the taunt as well, so... Looks like Silver...
and the dab in chat as well.
Yeah.
The ultimate.
yeah, you hate to see that. Anyway, Elmo going for a sack, but getting probably less than nothing, to be honest.
Yeah,
And
it's tough. Oh, sword is in, and no, sentry gun is there still. It wasn't falling asleep.
yeah, so honestly, I'm not. I don't think it looks great for Jasmine Beef right now. They've not had a good track record of pushing out of Snake last. Of course, it is one of the harder lasts to push out of because of how awful the spawn timers are for you. But I think head cavers have really a lot of freedom here to kind of do what they want, and I think it's going to be pretty difficult to punish them for it, even if they lose like 3 players or something.
Yeah, Down actually ran back and switched to sniper, so same setup, but new sniper going on here. And Down also a guy that's really well known, and he's gonna win the
Yeah,
sniper duel this
he
time around.
manages to get the silver pick. Looks like they're going to be peeking this top right door really hard, but they managed to back off. Yeah, Down is peeking this doorway. Paulson knows about it though, and he's just being really passive, just jitter peeking the wall.
Kind of interesting to me that they've chosen to have a heavy as well. I've never seen this setup with a heavy and a sentry gun. Like usually one is enough, and then you just want basically like 2 soldiers and a scout just to deny area. Heavy is just very, very stationary, and I don't know. Like I guess it kills people that try to dive onto the medic quicker.
Down is snuck into
suppose.
this drop down area, and Elmo like hasn't seen him at all. Looks like he's being supported by Riot, and he manages to get out alive.
Yeah, like if you look at where Dave is positioned, right? Like that is prime. I'm gonna get body shot from the shutter door position. That happens a lot.
Yeah, there's not really any other way he can get body shot right without them just completely walking in. So I think that's the main thing they really have to worry about.
There's actually no one watching the door right now. I'm kind of worried for them. They haven't realized it on head cavers yet, but this shutter door is usually the weak point. And currently they haven't been doing a very good job. Now they do have 2 soldiers on it. Okay, finally. I was getting very worried there, but there was actually a pretty good window of opportunity for them. But they have actually rotated to the other side into this big door, and they're jumping in a sort of pretty deep and trying to see if they can get some spam in. And Riot has actually done quite a bit, but Down does die to the sentry gun.
Enrith taken down as well. Okay, this should be an easy push. No traps or anything to worry about. Just 2 scouts and a med. They just need to get this cap, and they can maybe block the demo spawn if they're fast enough. I think Dave needs to be on this.
Yeah, they didn't quite stack it well enough, and it was going to go up, and that's actually going to be pretty important just because he can get a bunch of sticky traps up in very good position, and that's going to be difficult to push through, especially with even Ubers right there. Riot, he's going to go up on Sniper, so both teams, they have really just slowed it down. That's usually what Sniper is an indication of, is that you just want to take it slow and just grind it out really slowly. And there's no time limit here, I noticed. In ETFTL it's 15 minutes, but I guess you don't have a time limit.
Yeah, in Australia it's just infinite time limit. There's no no limitation. So Riot's currently peeking this window angle at the moment. Dave is not in a position to get sniped from literally anywhere except from like lower saw, so he's currently safe. And it looks like Silver manages to jump lower and get a pick onto Dork, which is pretty good for them. And Headcave is going to back up onto mid. Riot hitting a headshot onto Lau though in lower, not killing him. And Silver jumps into kitchen. Nah, he just gets shot down instantly by Sam.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to make any kind of plays happen from second into mid. There's a lot of distance and height to actually make up for, but
they are running in through lower. Yeah, they actually just get the force. Like, they don't even really commit that hard. I think Down did like a non-committal jump. And Cookie's just in. Cookie's like all over them right now. He's not really hitting much though. And Elmo gets taken out as well. So, yeah. Damn. So currently, Jasmine Beef, 2 players down, fully bedisad. They're just gonna have to leave. Paulson's still peeking for his trap, I think, but yeah.
They're shooting their trap, so that's not happening. And so now, what do you do, right? You probably don't have time to put up a sentry gun. Actually, they do have a level.
They're coming straight through lower here. They have full Uberad still, and they've used. Sam is playing the point. No one's in position. Oh. He manages to get the heavy kill, but they're all getting collapsed on this right side. Both soldiers jumping onto Paulson, getting that kill. Riot's behind the truck. And this is looking like it's going the way of head cavers, definitely. They get Uber though. That's huge.
Yeah, the Uber comes in at the very last moment.
Nice. And then Dorcas is on this left side. He's so hurt. He's probably just going to try and get out. Being the only survivor. Are they going to push this? I really hope they do, because it's going to be really hard to push if they don't do it now.
The problem is that they need to just check every single like crevice, right? Like they need to check the
so they
drop
are
damage,
getting
check
in,
under.
and almost certainly they're going to get contested here. Yeah, in comes head cavers from lower, down doing a really deep bomb, going straight onto their bats. Dork is also rushing in onto Dave. Dave getting taken down, Riot going deep, killing Paulson as well. Looks like, yeah, this is just going completely the way of head cavers. There's only 2 players left alive, just 2 scouts for the team of Jasmine Beef. They get the cap, but it's not going to really mean anything. Dork just taking out Cookie, Bao going back to last.
I don't know, it is going to slow down this last push quite a bit, so I think they're just not going to go for it. They're just going to take it slow and wait for the Uber advantage to go in. If they didn't get that cap, they could have actually just kept on rolling and just move in with heals and not Uber, but they're just going to wait for the Uber here, and they're going to get another opportunity to move in, and this time around the sentry gun's going to be a lot weaker. It's in a very obvious position and it's only level 2. So round 2, try number 2 here, coming out for head cavers to win this and come back and take this map.
Yeah, no risk of Dave getting Uber this time either. He's only on about 60. They come in through the shutter door. They manage to get the heavy early. There's no sticks on the point, so Sam looks like he's just going to play it. Or Dork's on the point, actually. Gets instantly taken out, though. And these soldiers are just jumping around. Looks, yeah, all the kills just going in the favor of Jasmine Beef right now. But no, Sam's coming in. He gets kills. Riot's above the point right now. They're too healthy, though. Riot he gets the medic kill, but yeah, they don't manage to win that push. Doge is currently escaping on 5%, so he's not healing. The Ubrad's not going to be massive. Oh no, it is actually, because Dave got a really bad spawn. So it looks like it's probably going to be, what, around a 30% Ubrad for Doge?
Yeah, something like that. It's probably like 40%, but then by the time you actually Uber through the door and jump in, it's going to be down to a 30% advantage. So they need to be very diligent. They need to build Uber very quickly. Actually, Cookie goes in and dies. That was sort of weird, but
I think it's fine because they're not going to push before they get Uber anyway. But yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah, those they need to build Uber very quickly, and then he's going in before the Uber. That's very weird to me. Like Riot, okay, he doesn't
that was
die,
risky,
but
yeah.
Yeah. Like, imagine he goes down, then that initial push is going to be a lot weaker.
And they're taking damage in lobby as well. This is... I guess they still don't have Uber, so it's not dwindling, but... Dave is on 85%. If they don't cap this soon, they could definitely be in a situation where Dave gets Uber. And Dave is on 95. They're on the point, though. They're trying to block it, but Downs is on it, and he just caps it. Elmo just got juggled off by, I think, his own rocket. Like, he shot the other player that was on there, and he just got, like, juggled up in the air. Like, essentially, rocket jumped off his head and just, yeah, down just jumping the point and capping.
Yeah, so, dog push working out barely. So, yeah, they have to complete the comeback and win the first map in this best of 3.
That's really heartbreaking for Jasmine Beef. Like, they had such a good advantage early on, and they were looking so strong, but they just, they kind of shut the bed in more ways than one. So
yeah, very, very unfortunate right there. So let's take a look at those logs, shall we? We actually have 2 we could put a look at, but I'm just going to look at the main game one first, because that is usually the one that tells you the most. And
yeah, I'm just having a look at the combined ones. So well, the first thing I noticed is Doge actually dying twice the number of times that Dave did. I think quite a bit of that was probably from mids, right? There were quite a few mids where Doge got taken out and Dave managed to survive.
Yeah, those were very brutal for Doge.
Yeah, they were. I also noticed Enrith managing to top the damage here by quite a margin, actually. Doing, of course, this is over 40 minutes, but 11k damage is still like very solid. Going 17 for 11, while Paulson going 14 for 12 with only 9.3k. That being said, a lot of the game was kind of stalemate, so a lot of that would just be kind of idle spam, but still, like, it probably did have some level of impact on the game. I noticed Sam and Cookie both having quite good stats, actually. Similar amounts of damage, similar amounts of damage taken as well, although Sam getting the slight better of both of those.
Yeah, kills exactly the same. Deaths slightly favoring Cookie. Yeah, it's very, very close.
Yeah, Silvo's stats here don't look amazing. They're actually still quite a lot better than Riot's. Riot not getting a great game statistics-wise, but I'd say he still did quite a lot. But yeah, Silvo, I would say, almost certainly did the most for his team in that game. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
I mean, that's just the story of Soldier and TF2 these days, where you have a giant impact, but, you know, you still get kind of dunked on by every other class.
This is actually quite odd. I noticed that the head cavers actually managed to out damage the team of Jasmine Beef by quite a bit, but Jasmine Beef managing to get almost 20 extra kills and they still lost. It's usually the opposite to that. It's usually the team that gets more kills is the team that wins, and the team that gets more damage is more irrelevant. But yeah, and then seeing that, yeah, most of the mids also went the way of Jasmine Beef, which is what I expected.
Yeah, I feel like you can kind of divide this map in two, which is where Jasmine Beef was doing really well in the first half, and that lasted longer than where head cavers were actually coming back and starting to do really well, and where they were gaining their stats. So I feel like that might have something to do with it, where they, like Jasmine Beef had a longer period where they were kind of on top and being dominant. Like that would be my guess as to why these stats kind of look weird. You know, I was talking about how I was going to look at Paulson, and yeah, he had a pretty mediocre game. You know, so he probably needs to step it up. I feel like coming into this next map, which is a logjam, which you know, bit of a weird one. I'm going to go check and see what the choke looks like. Yeah, it's still weird looking. It's real weird looking. This wall that you can't jump over, but you can see over it really easily, and it's just very, very skinny. So, yeah, it's a weird map, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. This is a map that I would say favors Jasmine Beef more so than Snakewater did. And although they obviously did lose that map, my expectation was originally for them to lose it by more of a margin than that. That was like very, very close, and for a good part of that game, it looked like they had that in the bag. So I think if they can have like a similar level of performance on this map, just the fact that I think it favors their playstyle more will probably mean that they can take it. But I suppose, like, you know, the question is, of course, like, how are they feeling after that? Because that was a pretty crushing defeat. The ones that hurt the most aren't the 5-0s, it's the 3-4s in Golden Cap, and when you have the 3-1 advantages that you just throw away, you know?
Yeah, like losing things that you're supposed to lose doesn't really feel bad, but losing things that you're supposed to win in your head, those are the ones that can really like break you and make you kind of tilted and just mentally not quite there, and just really have an impact on you. So it's going to be quite a testament to and a test of just the headspace and the willpower of Jasmine Beef, whether or not they can come back from this and play really well, or you know, because this would be a really easy disadvantage to go, oh, like there's no way we can win. Like look how well we're doing and we still lost. Like we can't win this. So like why should we even care? Right? Like that's a really easy trap to fall into.
Yeah, that said, I think most of the players on Jasmine aren't really that kind of, you know, they're not really that kind of player. They typically, like Paulson at least, and like some of the other players, they've played a lot of this game and they kind of know not to worry too much about their previous results and everything like that.
Yeah.
But either way, we're going live into the first mid of Logjam. I'm really not too familiar with this map, like what the metas are for how people roll out and how different teams play the mid, so I'm going to be going through this pretty fresh.
I think it involves soldiers either hiding or like soldiers jumping into the skybox.
Paulson's really forward early on, like way faster than Enrith on mid and just standing on the point practically. Looks like Headcave is just taking their own heart really hard, and they're just doing a double high bomb, like landing onto the enemy team just straight away. They get both taken down, but they trade for Paulson. Looks like Silvo is trying to go for a flank right now, and yeah, he does. Combines with Elmo to just clean up Enrith and Doge on their side, and that's just a complete wipe, only losing Paulson, their worst player.
Yeah, just crunch right there. The double sorted bomb didn't have that big of an impact for Headcavers, so they just ended up being one man down, and they didn't recognize it in time, so they didn't get out and fast enough. Riot's going to be pretty far forward here on the sniper, trying to see if he can get a sneaky little pick. But he doesn't have the best angle. He's going to take a shot and probably get out of there. Yeah, Scout has spotted him. I think he's just going to just put his tail between his legs and get out. So we have this full Uber advantage. This is basically exactly the same thing that happened on last map, on the first mid, you know. So will this last push also live up to that? It's a very different last point. This is much more compact.
So they're about to take their push in from this right side, and Sam is immediately in with the pyro, just getting taken down almost instantly though. And then Paulson is... oh, he gets taken down actually. Yeah, there's just so many kills falling for head cavers. Dave looks like he's just running away. I didn't really see what happened. I think some of those were some flank kills, like there was a trap and some, like Lau I think died on the flank. And that's really not what you want.
Yeah, and then Dave dies super late as he was trying to escape. He's going to spawn like 15 seconds after everyone else from his team
That's terrible.
spawned.
It's essentially like 125% Uber disad for head cavers, or for Jasmine Beef, sorry.
Yeah, and there's no heals on this mid either, so...
They have
like,
two snipers in forward spawn right now, both Elmo and Silver in forwards, but they back spawn.
I think they got a body shot on the down, but that's about all they managed to achieve. We do see some spam coming in from Choke here, but there's no way that's ever going to be able to stop them. So they're just going to set up right here on second, trying to see if they can get some good spam and some sneaky traps set up, but... no,
Silver going huge. He just jumps into their push on the right side, takes out Sam and Enra. I wasn't on his cam for that, but that's like pretty incredible considering they would have been buffed. Like they weren't in a fight or anything, so that's like 260 health demo, 185 scout, like one unbuffed roamer just taking out both of them is like pretty incredible.
And now this full Uber advantage push has just been slowed down so significantly that it kind of looks like they're just not even going to bother with it. And that is just all Silvo right there. Just going huge at exactly the right time. Here comes this big soldier
down
bomb
going
in.
really deep onto Dave, but yeah, Dave just, you know, he's seen that 1,000 times, just surfs it away. And it looks like, yeah, Silvo is up on Sniper now, and he's going to be looking for a peek through this choke, it looks like. Although Enrith is really close.
I think there's a pretty good sniper map. Like, there's a lot of really long sight lines at this. So immediately gets taken down, and is just way on top of that. And even a fight in the flank is going to end up with a bit of a trade. There's still 2-1 in favor of Headcaver, so they could still make a move.
Oh, Sam getting taken down at choke. And Dork runs in on the flank and gets the kill, though.
Yeah, and then gets the Uber force as well.
And Paulson looks like he jumped into mid and forced Doge's Uber. He does die for it, but I suppose that's fine. Looks like Elmo's also in, and Doge is going to get taken out. He gets separated by the Elmo bomb, even though he didn't actually get a kill. And then Enrith is the last survivor, and he's just trying to get out choke on 13 health.
Somehow manages to evade the scout there. That was a pretty impressive escape from him, but they're still in a bad position here. You can see Riot, he's playing pretty far forward. I think he's looking to try and see if he can find anything. Same thing with down. It's kind of jumping up to that weird divider wall in choke, trying to see if they can find the medic. But Dave, he's pretty far back, and now they're going to move in here. No Ubers are ready yet, but just the heals are just so much better for the side of Jasmine Beef that they're just going to get in here and get second for free.
Yeah, so they still have like quite an enormous Uber out. It's about 60%, now about, you know, 55 going down. And it looks like they're going to opt for this right side push again. So they come in, this time Sam is a bit further back on the pyro. They get the gun, and Sam gets taken out. So this is looking pretty good. Paulson clears the stickies off the point. They've got their soldier bombs in. They need to make sure this heavy doesn't get too much space though. Riot jumping. They're all really hurt, but it looks like, yeah, Jasmine Beef have just died. They just didn't focus the frags down enough. Everyone on head cave is really low, but they just didn't.
This is exactly what happened on the other side as well. Dave cannot escape. Man, getting out of his last
20 seconds on that Dave spawn. That's terrible.
Yeah, so far neither team have really figured out how to do these last pushes. It seems like they clear one side of the point pretty well, but then everyone just rotates to the other side, and then they just have too much health, and then they can clean them up. That's sort of my initial impression, at least. We'll see what happens here. They're actually going to fight here in logs. It's a nice Piperman who's going to take down Silvo, but Lau get the body shot onto Riot there. I think he was just sniped from spawn, and it's going to move back now. And mid's still going to fall, but the prospect of actually moving into second here with any kind of advantage, that's looking a lot more dicey now when you're down a riot.
Yeah, they're still going to try though. They're on 90% currently with the other team only on 50. They're peeking this choke down, getting taken down really low. They're getting a lot of space though. Down, they managed to Uber, but Dave is currently alone. He's on 69%. He needs someone to get to him, and they might be able to re-push this. Looks like Dork is managing to get this cap. Sam's just pushing into lobby though. He doesn't get anything, but Enrith manages to pick up Elmo while that happens, and they're just going to be back on last, but with huge Uber ads, so they're trying to push out this top left door right now. Oh, they are, yeah. They're just going through this top room, and Paulson is deep on choke onto Doge, taking him out, and he's on Enrith as well, also getting taken out. That's really fucking good. But there's two people on last, almost fighting two. He can't take them out, and they just kill him. He posts the string in chat. Oh, man.
Don't show that on stream, no matter what you do, Wiethoofd. Do not show chat, Wiethoofd. Don't do it. I know it's really tempting now that I've said it a whole bunch. Like, you know, the rebellious in you, but don't do it.
Almost complaining that his game froze in chat right now.
Yeah, but yeah, that was kind of the thing where not waiting for spawners just meant that people could run behind. Even though that was a great bomb in there for Paulson, it didn't really matter because people could just slip behind so easily. And that's going to be 1-0 and another mid.
And once again, we've got these big aggressive bombs coming out from head cavers. This time it looks like Down did a bit of a fake bomb, managing to hit a nice rocket onto Cookie and actually surviving. So Doge taken down, actually, and Dave escaping with Cookie. But that's about all they can say that's good for that mid. You know, I think
Silver did another jump. Oh, no, go on.
Yeah, they can actually hold this on second. You know, they've got a cap, obviously, the other team, and they're going to get spawns, so they don't have to back all the way up. And they can push mid with Uberad, so I'd still be pretty happy with that, actually, as Jasmine Beef.
Yeah, it's kind of fine. Silver did a nice jump in there and got, let's call it an air shot. I don't know if it counts if the medic is like up against the wall, but it was a nice medic kill nonetheless. And now, here's the question, what's the best way to push in if you don't want to get forced with your Uber? Like, the choke is very wide, but it's also very long and very easy to tell. And it looks like they are going to go for the choke here. They're just dodging the spam to the best of their ability. They're actually doing pretty well. Have managed to just come in really deep without using this Uber, and no one is in a position to bomb them either, so yeah.
And they get Riot, and they still have like large Uber ads. They're coming in still. Looks like Down's jumping onto them at choke. He's not going to get anything though. He just doesn't manage to hit the shot, and yeah, looks like they're going to get this cap. There's two soldiers down for head cavers right now, and even though the Ubers are almost certainly evening out, I'd like to see a sack, at least while Down's
dead. They're not waiting for the
they're just coming in.
All.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Okay, yeah, so they're on last right now. Cookie, yeah, they're just getting taken out though because the counter Uber comes out. They mustn't have known.
I think they were hoping to get in there before the Uber came out, but unfortunately Doge was doing a really good job of building Uber, and maybe they miscounted a little bit.
Yeah, and they just lose so many. They looked like they wanted to deny the main push, but they let people in, so they just shot those players in the back and they died. Dave living though, that's a positive. He actually has Uber ad despite what just happened.
Yeah, so if they can do just a decent job of holding them off here in mid, they can just actually contest it with Uber. But it's going to take a lot. So you can see no one really wants to come in here and contest it, and it looks like they're just going to have to give up mid. That's a bit unfortunate. I see a sniper in spawn. It's currently stickied off, but maybe if just being really patient, you can just eventually get it. Like, just imagine everyone's fighting in
They're just Ubering straight in though. Paulson going super deep, catching Doge and getting the flash. Silver's on
Doge
sniper
dropped,
and he just kills Enrith as well. But there's two players behind contesting second.
Yeah, this
looks like they're
really
coming back. Yeah, they're going to try and deal with this. Dave going down to Riot. That's really bad. Man, Dave shouldn't have committed there. He didn't need to commit. I suppose.
But this is the kind of chaos fight that you were talking about. That seems like it's really good situations for Dave's team, Jasmine Beef, right? Like just this overall situation is probably favoring them if they continue to just fight this chaotically with people going behind and having separate fights going on.
They probably are in a bit of a better position now than they were because they're holding mid with like slight disad is better than pushing mid with slight ad, I think. But either way, they're back in the mid position. They're holding. Ubers have kind of almost evened out. Actually, there's only about 6% left on Doge.
Yeah, mid is pretty long open point, so unless you jump in your demo man very aggressively, you're very unlikely to get to the medic before he's able to build 10% Uber. It's just very, very unlikely that you'll ever get to him, and I'm pretty sure they know this. Yeah, you can see they're making no effort to dot push this. They would have like 10% advantage, and even on like short map like Gollywas, that's probably not enough to push with, but especially on Logjam mid, that is not a good option. Hey, nice deny air shot there coming on as Doge is just gonna dodge everything perfectly there, and both soldiers will go down.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Head Cavers do off this. They're getting through choke. Both their scouts have already pushed through. It looks like Jasmine Beef are going to back up and probably take a trade or something on the point while their spawners arrive. But no, they're just getting destroyed. Paulson just dying.
Dave doesn't want to use, like, he's just dropping everyone.
And Sam's so deep right now. He's just pistoling Dave and actually forces him somehow. And he's surviving behind them. Oh, this is a complete nightmare for
he gets Dave as well.
I mean, Doge forces, but I mean, is that really a force? They just basically killed everyone.
I mean, yeah, that just looked like an exchange to me. And that was just Dave. He was like, he knew it was a bad time to use an Uber, but you know, more and more people just get.
And now they're just barreling into last. Paulson dying. Sam probably, yeah, just getting so much cap time on the point. Silver's, yeah, they're just all dead except Dave. Unless Dave is like somehow the best player ever.
Yeah, that would be quite the thing as for a medic to kill 2 buffed explosive classes with a medic on them. I would be very, very unlikely. That's going to be 2-0 here in favor of Head Cavers. It just seems like they're able to come back every time they're at a disadvantage, and Jasmine Beef, despite making a lot of really good plays, they just keep throwing away these advantages.
Yeah, they really just hesitated at choke. They didn't decide whether to trade or get out soon enough. Anyway, this next mid's coming in. Double bomb coming in really deep onto Paulson from right and down, and he just gets taken out. But Elmo manages to bomb the point and gets a lot of damage. Doge really hurt right now. Gets a pack. Lau's fighting Sam with heals. Doesn't look like that's going to go well. But there's 2 soldiers currently trying to fight Cookie and Dave. Riot
oh my God, Dave
is insane. But he dies to Sam. That was incredible though.
Yeah,
and Cookie just 2-shots Sam, even though Sam has heals, and he's still in. Is he gonna get?
He needs to get him quick though.
He gets Doge. He just hits that.
Wow.
Those 2 fucking close range meat shots and just annihilates him. And that's Doge dead on 99%. So like huge plays coming out of everyone there, really. Like Riot bombed onto Dave, and Dave just hit this nut surf and then arrowed Riot midair as he was falling down. So that's just like huge from him. And then, you know, that like Sam coming in and killing him, Cookie 2-shotting Sam, then 2-shotting the medic. Just really good.
Just Sam and Cookie once again just showing just how good they are, and then Dave also showing that he's not the complete. Oh, what an air shot on that soldier. Misses the big skybox one, but Riot will go down to that for sure, and that's going to just clear out the second point completely. And now Jasmine Beef in a good position. They have this.
But Head Cavers are coming in. I don't know about this.
The scout's on the medic.
Oh no, Lork was behind or something. He got in.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Jasmine Beef. Looks like Lau's on the point right now, shooting Sam. He's just going to get taken out by Enrith. They're pushing them back though. They've actually been pushed really far back. Enrith's caught in. Looks like Cookie's not really hitting much on him though. Yeah, he's going to survive.
Enrith is surviving, wow.
Cookie just kind of missed every shot on him after I just sang his praises for so long. But
yeah,
Paulson's currently going to last, and I don't think anyone knows about it. Riot's gonna see him.
Do it.
No, Riot just comes out of spawn and just insta-kills him, but that would have been quite a thing. But Doge drops.
Yeah, he dies to Elmo. I don't know if he synced up the rockets or if it was just lack of respect out of Doge there for those rockets, but Elmo's gonna take him down. Second will still get recapped, but this changes the situation completely. Now Dave is at an Uber advantage. They're going to be able to hold on to mid for sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's going to be huge ad actually coming out from Dave, about 60% Uber ad and building. So it looks like they're going to come in through probably this log room, it looks like, on the left side. Enrith managing to get the kill onto Cookie though. There was a little trap on the left side, so Cookie did manage to check that in time. They can still push this. Yeah, they're going to go choke. They're taking this right path of choke. Elmo going really deep, down trying to get the force, but just dying. Lau getting taken low, though. I don't think they can hold this either way. Head Capers, that is. Yeah, they managed to back out. They don't force Dave though. They could still push, but it will probably even out if they do.
Yeah, they kind of tried earlier to push in a situation like this, and that's where it really backfired. So I think they're just going to take it slow and actually try and
Elmo manages to get the kill on Enrith. Enrith is peeking lobby on right side, like trying to get some damage on them, it looked like, and he just dies. So they're now pressuring this right side really hard, Jasmine Beef are. They actually Uber, they try and take a trade, but Cookie gets dropped, and they just managed to get the gun, and Doge has not used yet. Yeah, that's
losing
really
Cookie
bad.
is actually a really big deal, because when the demo end is down, you can send a scout down to the point and pressure it really heavily. But, you know, when you lose the scout, he is unable to pressure the point. That feels
Sam
like
getting
really
taken down
obvious
by traps though. Like, they're trying to take this push in, but they're just losing people. Dork's in lobby, might get caught. Yeah, they're catching Dork in oh, he just 2 shots Lau! Dork's insane.
Yeah, that really saves that situation. This is now a much more even fight. Doge is at a full Uber advantage, but he only has 2 players to protect him. So if anyone wants to go in there, they definitely can. Looks like Cook is going to go very aggressively. It takes a while for him to die, but no one else was actually committing at the same time as him. And what Sam just walks in there, just summer 3 kills immediately. Dave's going to get another kill to the collection, but I think it's a little bit too late that Sam did the damage already that he needs to do, and this second port's going to fall for sure.
Riot dying as well though, so this mid push probably isn't going to be a sure thing. Yeah, Down also getting killed at choke. Currently there's no soldiers up for head cavers, so I'd like to see Jasmine Beef try and mount a bit of a push at choke. Looks like that's what they're doing. Silver's gonna just go really deep, and oh, he's just gonna die. I think he expected that wall to be higher, but he just went nowhere.
Very awkward, very awkward jump from him. And everyone else is just not really in there. Lau is deep, and now the Elmo's going to come in as well.
Oh, he gets the force onto Doge. Yeah, great bomb coming out from Elmo.
Yeah, he did that perfect thing where you hit him for 50 and then you're right next to them and they couldn't surf away.
Yeah.
That is how you do the medic bomb. You just kind of
Doge is in onto Dave though, and he forces him. He just runs through. I mean, Dork is in onto Dave. What am I saying?
Sound the same. I want to say Doc. I always assumed Doc was like a play on Quad, because Quad would always use the name Doc, right? Because it's Quad from behind, backwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sounds like Dog as well. Makes sense to me. So Doge is actually at an Uber advantage, but it's pretty small and he is holding last, so not usually something you would push off of. But if Dave is holding too close, then they could actually just pop out onto them. But we'll see. I think they're backing off as they realize their Uber is about to come in here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be pushing this. Their round's up. It wouldn't be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, they're just taking it.
Oh, they are actually. They use through. And yeah, Dave is nowhere near getting caught. He's all the way back at choke here. And Dork goes down on the flank. Lau is in lobby right now. He's kind of just pressuring them out. He gets the Enrith kill, and this, Down is still stuck in lobby. This is really bad. Yeah, they're just going all over their combo. Riot and Doge just getting destroyed, and they get the cap.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. We were both thinking that they shouldn't do this, but then they did, and it absolutely did not work out.
Yeah,
so,
you can't push out of last on that small disad. There's just so much that can go wrong.
And wrong, it did go, for sure. And that's going to be able to even it up right now. So Jasmine Beef capitalizing off of the beef of their opponent this time around. That's got to feel good for them. Let's see if they can win this mid.
Looks like Riot and Down once again going for this huge aggressive play onto Paulson, but he manages to surf it pretty well, still going down to Enrith. Enrith is on this point unpressured at the moment. Doge gets taken down, Elmo's still in. Looks like he's just going to delay them as long as possible, but Dorcas is chasing Dave onto second. Oh, is he going to get him? He does get him. Yeah, he hits those last few pistols. I really think Dave should have just backed up to the pack in that position.
One
the pack
scout
was
against 2 soldiers. I want to see
behind
this.
Him.
This is like the scout class in a nutshell. Nice predictive rocket there from Silvo. Yeah, Dog is like the only saving grace right there for his team. Actually, somehow, basically wins mid for them while being 1v3 and taking down the enemy medic, and then just out DMing the 2 soldiers.
Yeah.
That's.
To be fair, the soldiers weren't really on him at the time that he killed Dave, but I think Dave could have played that a little bit better. He kind of just stood in the open area and tried to dodge when he could have just surfed the meat shot back onto the pack, which was like 1 meter behind him. which would have given his team like a little bit more time to come in and kill Dork. But
Yeah.
either way,
Alternatively, he could have run towards his team instead of away from them. That's very often a good idea. But,
but the
gonna
Uber
get
comes
this Uber
straight
choke.
through. Enrith going so deep onto this lobby area, but looks like he's not going to catch anything. Although Silvo was caught in behind and just dies. With that said, Dave is up on 90% Uberad at the moment. And he is, or not 90% Uberad, but 90% Uber and large Uberad. So I'd like to see what they do with this. They can definitely actually make a push out of this. Then no risk of Doge getting Uber.
Yeah, but they need to be pretty quick about it, and obviously you need to check everything. And look where Riot is hiding. He's like surfing on this wall. He's like actually going to get behind him because the sword is not spotting him. And yeah, he gets
yeah,
the
they
kill.
lose too. That's just horrific. And down is just onto Dave, forces him. That's the worst possible thing that can happen.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate right there. Dave is going to now be at a full Uber disadvantage. Doge just getting ready in here. He just needs to not drop to a sniper or a spy. It looks like the spy was just sitting in spawn, checking for outclasses or something. But now the Uber comes in, and I think they're just going to get right onto the point.
They're not though. They're actually kind of just jumping around. They got frags though, so yeah, it looks like this is just going to be pretty cut and dry, unless this is just gonna go down to head cavers. Yeah, really bad. Enrith was actually trapping the top right area, and he had down just play above it and watch it. So as soon as Cookie ran through, he just died to a trap, and then, like as you said, Riot was in that wallbug position and got the kill onto Elmo.
Yeah, like he could get the kill, or he could just go behind and go for the back cap. So, yeah, pushing out of that last point, very difficult. We saw it fail before, and now we saw it fail again. This time around, he had nothing to do with Uber advantage.
Riot is so deep onto Paulson. Yeah, they go really early aggro. Both soldiers are going down for the side of head cavers as well as Dork, while only the soldiers are going down for Jasmine Beef. So, looks like they're going to just take that off player ad.
I feel like Dave has got a ton of kills this map. I think he just got his third kill as well on that mid. Maybe even has 4. Not quite sure, but
they're just plowing forward, and Enrith is so hurt. He just gets taken down, and Doge is low as well in lobby.
Yeah, if Doge did not have this the scout speed there, he would have died for sure.
Yeah. Riot's getting taken
speed.
down too. Man, they're only 3 up on last hit. Jasmine Beef can pressure this really hard.
Just the pulse and
they just come in. Looks like Dork's getting taken down as well. And now they have the cap as well. They have 2 picks. Are they going to do anything off of it?
Yeah,
oh, Silvo's on the point, a spy. He's decloaking. He's on it. They're all looking at him.
That's going to open the door for everyone else to come in from the other sides, but it looks like they haven't quite been able to get on it. But Elmo's on the point, and this guy is so weak. But
man, that was like a razor's edge between 2 different outcomes there. If Elmo got that rocket off in time, he would have killed Dave. He would have killed Doge, sorry, and he would have probably maybe even killed Sam. I didn't see his HP and capped, but no, he got Uber sword in like the last second before he shot his rocket. So it's huge disad now on the side of Jasmine Beef, and Silvo is up on this sniper. He already gets the kill onto down, trying to see what else he can get.
Yeah, I kind of want him to move further back because he's playing really aggressively, and they just Uber in. That's like a free kill, right?
Yeah. So they come through choke, and that's exactly what they do. They just Uber straight in. Paulson was pretty close, but he manages to jump out in time and get arrowed. So all in all, like pretty decent. Lau goes down, but that's, you know, you're expected to lose one when they come in with Uberad. And they're just going to grind up their roughly 50% Uberad, about 45% Uberad on second. Silvo taking out down as well at choke.
Yeah, that's the second kill for him, and now he's just got this massive sideline just overlooking the entire
that's why
mid.
it's so powerful on this map, because even though they have a soldier down, they basically deny all that space for the head cavers team. And they're actually Ubering. Paulson just getting Ubered, jumping all the way through. Enrith actually going down right before he gets the pack. And Doge getting taken out as well by Cookie. That was a hugely aggressive play. And down is in mid onto Dave, not managing to take him down. Dork is in onto the sniper, and Lau needs to get to Dave and just play with him, I think, here.
It's 2 scouts against a scout and a medic. That is usually a fight you don't want to take as a scout and the medic. Like, you just want to run away.
But Dave is like lagging out right now.
Oh, whoa, no!
Dave is lagged out. Oh no. And Sam took him down. That is so unfortunate. Sam does go down, but yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. You can't run when you're lagged in a corner, I guess. Very unfortunate there. So now they're going to have this full Uber advantage. Sam is trying to justify it. And now, once again, we see Sybil lining up this giant angle, and like, I think he needs to get out of it, otherwise he's going to die.
Down, just high jumping onto him and taking him down. So yeah,
being
now
very aggressive and chill.
Lau actually going down as well. Trades for Dork. Paulson is really deep in this log room area. Riot getting the kill onto Elmo, but trading, Paulson trades out the frag onto Riot. And now there's only 3 players up for Head Cavers, and they force the Uber. Cookie and Dave, they actually might get out of this. If they can just juke well enough. Oh no, they actually don't. Cookie takes down Sam though, and now he's getting onto Doge in this corner. Paulson managed to take down Enrith, although Cookie does go down. He's going to
jump in.
And now these players are all just going deep. Silver is so deep onto Doge, and he actually gets him. The full damage takes him out.
Yeah, but this fight is not over yet. Soldier's going to jump in onto Paulson. Paulson is very, very weak. He's on 12 HP. This scout on the point is going to get taken down by Dog. And this is actually just going in favor of Head Cavers, and it just seems like the DM is just a bit too strong right now. So
Paulson on 2 HP.
Yeah.
Riot jumping in, trying to frag him, but not getting anything. Oh, is Riot going to die? Oh, he came so close actually. He was 7 HP getting pistoled.
He's still 7 HP. Okay, he gets the medkit. I was getting nervous that he was not going to get his air, and then like a random scout from across the map is just going to like take him down. But nope, not today. And we're going to see, it's actually an Uber advantage right now. And Paulson's once again going to jump in. They don't have it yet though,
and they're just trying to push in anyway. This is basically just a dry push. Paulson trades for Sam, which really isn't the best. But they're getting a lot of ground off of this actually. They've pushed Head Cavers all the way back. Down getting taken down, trading for Elmo. Silver also going down though, trading for no one. And looks like this is really not going in the way of... Oh, it is going in the way of Jasmine Beef actually. Yeah, so...
Yeah, they get it eventually. That was a pretty sketchy push.
I don't really know what happened there, to be honest. But they're coming in already really aggressively. Riot going down to the Uber. Doge doesn't quite have it yet.
Just to catch up with his scout, but by the time he did, there was just an Uber in his face and he gets taken down. So now, unless Doge gets taken down here...
Yeah, this is desperation territory because there's, you know, 1:30 left and, you know, that they need to get 2 rounds. So I think this is...
Wiethoofd has crashed again. Maybe... You don't like map 2's, Wiethoofd. I think that's the case. It's like the exact same situation as yesterday. Maybe it's like the map resetting or something. There's only 1.5 minutes remaining here. But, yeah... So just trust us when we say that the map is over, and actually Enri's going to pipe down Cookie there. I think he might have been typing, not sure, or maybe he just caught those pipes perfectly. I don't know. Eat your pills, kids.
Yeah. So honestly, a really close game coming out for you know these 2 maps. Even though you know at some points it didn't quite look like it, it was very back and forth, and there was a lot going on. But yeah, this is currently in garbage time. So the final score, it's either going to be 3-1 to Head Cavers or 4-1 to Head Cavers. Looking like 4-1 at this point as Dog gets on the cap, and yeah, he caps it out, and only 30 seconds left, not enough time for another round. So that is GG, and Head Cavers have won the semi-final and will go on to verse Happy Feet in the grand final, and of course lose.
Yeah, no bias there, of course. That is just cold hard facts coming out from
I'm just going off the historical data. It's all we can really work off of.
All right, let's look at some of these logs, shall we? There's nothing to see in this game. I don't even think they did a jump with a mid. Oh, they did. Okay, that's good times. Good times. But yeah, let's see what's happened on this map, and it looks a bit different, I'd say. But I'm actually surprised that both demo men did so well, because I remember Logjam being a terrible demo map. Like everyone's just so far away from your stickies all the time, but they really made it work here. Enrith and Paulson just both doing a ton of work.
Yeah, Paulson's stats definitely look a lot worse. He was going 16 and 19, still doing a good bit of damage, although Enrith did like a lot more. But I'd say like Paulson's stats don't really tell the full story. I think there were lots of times where he kind of did something that didn't look quite good on his stats, but actually did help his team a lot. There was like a time where he jumped into mid, and forced the enemy medic with the tail end of his Uber and kind of caught him off, and his team won that fight because they weren't able to escape in time. And just generally on some of the mids, it looked like the soldiers just kind of focused Paulson really hard, and while Enrith was able to get free damage, not getting jumped. But yeah, overall, I'd probably say Enrith did do quite a lot more. He was just playing really, really consistent, really kind of passive demo man, where you just survive, constantly output damage, and get traps up, don't let the enemy in, etc. And worked really well.
I feel like Head Cavers, they were focusing the demo man pretty hard, whereas Jasmine Beef, they were focusing the medic pretty hard with their soldiers on mids and just in general. So, like, even though his team won 4-1, he has 11 deaths, whereas Dave has 13. So
yeah,
you'd normally expect a bigger discrepancy.
I'd also like to point out the flank scout difference, with Dork getting more than twice Lau's kills, as well as significantly more damage than him. Lau only going 14 and 20, which is really not what you want out of your, DM god scout on the flank. And Dork just, honestly, like, taking that game away. He got a lot of med picks as well from memory. Yeah, him, Riot, and Sam.
30 and 15.
Yeah, him, Riot, and Sam, like Dork, Riot, and Sam, all got 4 med kills. And they were all... Dork got some forces as well in a lot of situations, I remember. So overall, like, a really good play from Dork, I'd say. And generally speaking, I'd say everybody on Head Cavers just played well. I wouldn't say anyone had like a bad performance per se.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. We're gonna have some people to talk to. Let's see if there's anything else we can glean from these logs. I don't see too much. Invid did get a bunch of heals, but it was Cookie got top heals on his team. Kind of the same thing as last map. Not a big deal there, but just a very strong effect. And maybe it was just once they lost that first map, maybe it kind of went to their head and they found trouble actually getting the momentum back there on Jasmine Beef. But maybe we should ask them ourselves.
Yeah, another stat I find interesting is Riot actually getting 6 air shots, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. I guess actually Enrith getting 3 is probably more impressive to me, just because demo men don't get as many, whereas sort of they will usually like hit a wall or something, and that's going to get counted, so they tend to get a higher amount of air shots. It depends a little bit about how the logs are set up.
Literally all of Riot's air shots were from the dead round because he waited and choked while we tried to bomb Sam.
Liar. Fucking liar. I hit like 4 before that. There was only 2 in the dead round.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was a hell of a game, especially map number 1. It's kind of seemed to me like it was Jasmine Beef's map to lose, and you did just that.
We beefed it, as they say.
Indeed. Apt team name for sure, but what went wrong, in your opinion?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I'm dead a lot, so I don't see what happens apart from dead cam.
Well, from my perspective, it looked like there was a push.
Apart from shitting the bed at the end.
It looked like there was a push out of last that you guys tried to do, and you guys kind of hesitated a little bit, like you didn't really know what you wanted to do, and Down just like waddled forward and no one really shot him.
Well,
and
I think it was more that we didn't really want to push out. Like we're going to wait till, they 6-man themselves and die. But then holy typing. And then I think, Paulson or someone died, and then one other person died. So it was kind of awkward, and we lost on that. And then the
spy. When Sam backstabbed Dave in Saw.
When backstabbed, Dave has no situational awareness, and others Cookie. So what can you do?
Yeah, Sam actually decloaked about 2 meters away from.
It's because they probably don't have Rocky sound, man, so they're not prepared at all.
Yeah.
What is this warning we've been given? Keep it PG. We're wholesome. especially me.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I'm not sure that's true with 5 minutes left. What was coming out of Paulson's mouth? It was not pretty.
What?
Yeah.
Not pretty at all. It's disgusting, right?
They're
guys?
terrible. I was just saying how it is.
So
There's a bit more of the G and N word coming out, I think.
What are you
but,
talking about?
Oh,
Oh no.
Don't even joke about that. I didn't say anything.
Oh,
I'm gonna just steer the conversation completely
Holy
opposite direction.
shit. I mean,
to
poo.
Silvo's Frenchman in like the first round of the first map. Was that just like complete mind games out of you, Silvo?
yeah. I wanted to
You're-
get into their
you're
heads
genius.
early.
well,
Did
think,
it
yeah.
work both times or only one time? I guess
One
it only
time.
worked one time. Yeah.
We
I
still
kind
won-
of worked
we
the
won
second time.
second
Everyone
time-
turned
yeah,
for me.
everyone looked at you, and
Literally
that allowed
every single
your
player.
team to just catch everybody. I'm curious about what you guys like. Kind of, I imagine the first map was a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Like, I imagine you guys were like really pumped after getting those first 3 rounds, and
Yeah,
then
Cookie was crying at the end.
Yeah, Cookie's a bit of a sad gamer. He
Yeah.
likes to say he doesn't care, but he's all depressed
yeah,
now.
having a fun season, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, like, how actually were you guys feeling? Like, were you really feeling the pressure when they started to get some rounds back?
The only point where there was any heightened pressure was the very, very, very last
Yeah, when we just fucked
push.
up and
where no one was watching left and the scout got in and they won.
I think we're all just unified in our hatred of Dave for dying to a spy. That's typically what brings us together and makes us feel good.
Yeah, I'd say the turning point. I was just saying before you got here, Paulson, was the time where you guys had Ad pushing out a last, and you guys looked like you kind of hesitated in lobby. Like, you kind of wanted to go, but then you didn't want to go, and then you backed up, and you know.
The plan was we actually decided to get the clock down. We wanted to reset for mid, and the plan was to have. That's why we had Silvo Spy at the time, I believe. The plan was we wanted to bait them into think we were pushing, and then Silvo was going to come in and clean up. But I got caught out, and then someone else got caught out, and it just turned into a cluster. Yeah, PG, whatever. Basically, it didn't go to plan. We were intentionally not pushing out though, because we were holding last so well.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, we thought it would just be better. Because, like, honestly, without even these days, without a player ad, even with Uber ad, it's just like not even a guaranteed second anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like on Snakewater, especially, it's definitely like one of the harder maps to push out of. Just the spawns, like even if you get like a 5,
needs Badlands treatment. Just double all the spawn timers for the attackers.
Yeah.
But it's fun though. Had fun, especially my midi on down sucks, bro.
Yeah, that player is quite awful.
It seemed like you guys were like both teams were struggling to push last on the last map Logjam. Is there anything that like you find
Did
is
they
the key to a
struggle?
successful push?
We didn't
I
have
mean,
any
the first push
stalemates.
both of you
I thought
did,
they
right?
raped us like every time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also,
Every
was
time
like
we got
just
down to
hiding
last,
on
we
every
just-
last
I
push
don't
or
think
something.
they were there that often, but they
We
won
never
every
got-
round.
We never got even Ubers. Like, we always got there with an ad and then used it and won.
Yeah. It was just Cookie and Paulson beefing.
No. Yeah, actually, probably. I'm pretty sure there was like 2, maybe 3 Uber ad pushes where I didn't even get to do like any damage other than to a pyro because I just like died immediately after the Ubers disappeared.
Dave struggles.
I know one of them was I didn't get Ubered when I sticky jumped, so I just jumped into like 10 people with 40 health.
Yeah, I know there was another time you guys went in and Cookie just instantly got killed by, I think, a soldier that was just holding close or something.
Yeah, that's classic Dave for you.
Yeah, yet to master the 2-person Uber. He's still working on that one for the last 14 seasons.
Has he mastered the one-person Uber yet?
Oh, he's
He's
getting
close, yeah. Maybe in 10 seasons he'll have that on under his belt. He's probably direct hit pocketing next season though, so watch out for that. Premier gamers.
Oh boy, Paulson, am I right in saying that as the game progressed on Logjam, you just got more and more desperate and you just jumped in more and more, and you jumped in deeper and deeper?
Let's just say your assessment is right, and it became more of a scrim at the end. You should have heard our comms in the last 5 minutes.
We communicated efficiently.
There was this one moment. There's this one moment when we got mid and we pushed into second. It was against Sam, Enrif, and Doge, and we just somehow like plowed through
Is that when
them,
we're at
just-
the main door and you've just like
Yeah,
dicked all over
you guys
us?
are sitting on top of second to begin with, and it was just me, Cookie, and Dave.
Yeah.
We were just like, "Fuck it, we're in," and we just somehow we just hit every shot and just plowed to last, and then didn't secure the last, but it was fun anyway. But you're right, we just sticky jumping all the time. It's fun.
How did you
Yeah.
feel about the mids on Logjam? Because it looked like you were getting focused pretty hard by the soldier bombs.
Well, I mean, to begin with, I felt like the first few mids I was doing a lot. I felt like I was like hurting the top right players a lot and choke, spreading the damage around quite a lot. And then there was like a turning point where when they decided to go like aggro, and I did feel like I was getting focused. So there was like a flip of the switch where it felt like mids were like easy, and then from that point forward, it was just death pretty much.
Oh, also, I was curious, like, were you guys impressed with how you did on Snakewater? Like, did you expect to do that well?
Not. I expected it to be close, but I didn't expect us to be like owning at the start. No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I don't think we're that bad at Snake. I think, well, Cookie was like screaming at us for not banning Granary, and I reckon we're way worse at Sunshine as well. So we weren't like that disappointed when Snake was picked.
Cookie was just crying the whole time. It was unbelievable.
I
pretty
give
typical.
I give the reason we did so well on Snake to the silver tilt factor. Honestly, the spider mid strat, it's just perfect.
And
Right.
stole it from Tea Time.
Yeah, I want to know, and with, without hurting Redcoat's feeling, of course. How do you feel about your chances in the grand final?
I think it'll be a good game again. Like, it'll be similar to when we played them last week. We've got a big Paulson on pocket. Should be all right.
Fear
Paulson
me.
through. Yeah, Paulson said right before the game he doesn't care if we wins because he's in the grand final anyway.
Yeah.
Direct play.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be close, man.
You know
We
what
still have
won't
a
be
shot
close?
at winning, but like it's not
The,
as likely since the
best
Hurts.
demo award.
Yeah.
I've got all my. I've rigged the ballots already. Redcoat's not winning.
Who do you think's more cursed there, like the Paulson Soldier or Hertz grand finals, like in recent seasons?
Is more what, sorry?
More cursed for the grand final.
Oh.
Paulson.
Surely Hurts. Surely, man.
Both of
He's
them
gonna-
have won once as Soldier, haven't they? In a
Um,
grand final.
True. Yes.
So it's kind of even.
I think the only time the Paulson Soldier Merc has won in the grand final was on my team
In season 20.
In season 20, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the-
Actually,
yeah,
we won the next season, didn't you? You were
Yeah, I did.
Rocket.
So I
Oh
won
yeah,
twice.
true. Okay, so yeah, we actually have an upgrade on Pocket now. So
Beast.
Hmm.
And Hertz is
Maybe.
only one with me, so I mean,
True.
Hertz is terrible. Like, I think that's the conclusion we can draw.
Yeah, I almost think it would be funny, like, to just let you guys win because then, like, it
Just for the
proves,
tilt
it proves that Hertz is the problem.
Yeah, we should probably mention what the prize money that you're fighting for is. So $300 has actually gone now to Jasmine Beef. So that's 300 Australian dollars, I think. Not even sure. And then second place is going to get $900, and then first place is going to get $1,800. So that's quite the prize pool. So definitely make sure you tune in to see who's going to win.
What kind of deal did you figure out, Paulson?
I believe I'm getting two-thirds.
For throwing this game. Yeah,
No.
how much
I'm
prize
getting.
money?
Yeah, I believe I'm getting 2/3 of Hertz's share since playoffs mean a lot more than the regular
Nice.
season, and I
yes,
think
we agreed on
it's
that
fair.
as a team unanimously.
Yes.
Beast. Your first job in so long.
Shut up, Elmo.
All
I don't
right,
do
well,
shoutouts.
it's probably all the questions we have for today. So, do we have any shoutouts for our gamers that we have in Mumble at the moment? Starting with Elmo.
Oh yeah, shout out to my team. Very high quality season, and good luck to the teams next week in the grand final. And thanks for the cast as always.
And Penrith.
Yeah, thanks for casting, guys. And thanks for losing Silvo and Lau.
Whoa.
No worries.
Where's my thanks, man?
Well, you weren't trying to, bro.
Oof. Wow.
That is all.
Any shout-outs?
Shout out to my team and for all the content and all the good times we had. Shout out to the enemy team. Shout out to the producers. Yeah, that's it.
And Riot?
Shout out to Maddie, Fedorable, and all the other jumpers.
And lastly, Silvo.
I have no shoutouts, but vote Paulson most improved player.
Very nice. Well, yeah, I suppose that's about it then. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I suppose we will see you next time on the Grand Final cast, which I will be playing, not casting.
Good luck.
Thank you.
See you then. Good night.